Hi, everybody. My name is Amanda Walker, and this is my YouTube page. Um, a lot of my friends have told me I needed to start one up and try and kind of get my story out there. I don't think it's that significant, but they do. So, um, this is kind of going to be my way of getting all of it out there, documenting it, and I hope you'll come along for the ride with me. Um, I'm 29 years old. I was born in California, but lived in Vegas most of my life, um, and had a pretty normal childhood. You know, mom and dad stayed married. 30th anniversary is actually in a couple weeks here, um, and had a great brother. We had our fights, but he's my best friend in the world. I love him more than I can even say. And my grandmother with us my whole childhood too, which was awesome. Um, when I graduated high school, I tried to go away to college in Pennsylvania, and that didn't really work out. I'll get into that story on another day. um, so I ended up flying back out to Vegas from Michigan. We moved to Michigan for high school, just so you know that. But we ended up moving back here right afterwards, and that's when life got a little interesting. It was right after my 19th birthday. I was pregnant. I was working way too much, and I ended up losing the baby, and I didn't tell anybody about it for about 8 years. There was a family incident, and it's the only reason it ever even came to light. And right after I lost the baby, I fell very ill. Very, very ill. I was falling asleep 20, 30, 40 times a day. Honestly, I just thought I was falling asleep. I was overworking myself. I was under stress, what we all think. Nobody ever thinks it's the bad thing until the bad thing comes and knocks at your door. I went to the doctor. I told her what was going on. She told me to go get a CAT scan and an MRI, and I was able to go get the CAT scan done. Because it was Christmas, I couldn't get the MRI done. And so when I went back into her office, she gave me two options. I could have my mom take me home, pick up some stuff, and take me to the hospital, or I could take it by ambulance. And 19, I chose mom, and cried the whole way. I was scared to death, and they didn't mess with me. They let me know that the situation was serious. And I look back on it, and it's one of the hardest moments of my life because I didn't know what to expect. I thought it was going to be something that was going to end me right then and there. And it's turned out to be what's made me as strong as I am, and has solidified my faith and my trust in the people that I know are there for me. And you guys know who you are, and I appreciate you, and I love you very much. I wouldn't be here without all the support from, Mom and Dad, and Brent and Elaine and Grandma and Stacy and Andrew, Pam and Frankie and everybody. There's a whole long list of you guys that have just been a huge part of my life and got me through all of this. But what happened after that was I was diagnosed with a really rare disease or disorder. It's called narcolepsy with cataplexy. And narcolepsy in itself is pretty darn rare. But narcolepsy with cataplexy is rare, really rare, and very, very dangerous. It was why I thought I was falling asleep, multiple times a day. And the doctor told me I wasn't falling asleep. I was actually literally passing out. And the problem was I was losing all my muscle tone. And that's what cataplexy does to you. You don't just fall asleep. Your whole body just, you lose the ability to hold yourself at all. And your lungs can stop, and your heart can stop, and your brain and everything. It's very scary. And at 19, it was horrifying. But I'm still here, so that's a good thing. And over the next couple of years, I dealt with it, and unfortunately, narcolepsy is an autoimmune disorder, so I get sick a lot. Most of you guys know that. I'm assuming it's going to be just mostly people that know me that are watching this, so you guys know my story, but I'm going to put it out there anyway. I was in the hospitals a lot. It's really sad when you can walk into an ER and they greet you like you're an old friend. But they really care, and that means a lot. They took the time to remember me and remember what happened and to make it valid in their life. That, to me, says something. But that was the first major thing that happened, was the cataplexy. And then a few years down the road, and I was big. I was well over 300 pounds. Hell, I was above 350, and I needed to make a change, and I had tried other things, but they hadn't worked. So I went for lat band surgery, and that was the biggest mistake of my life. I went to a doctor that I thought I could trust, and I thought would do right by me, and he didn't. And now I only technically have half a stomach. The other half of it is grafted, and it ate away part of my liver too. But luckily that grows back, I didn't think it was going to be this hard going back over all this stuff, and it really is. I fought for a year. I had the lap band put in December of 2009, and I thought it was going to be the next page of my life. I thought it was going to be, things were going to turn out great, and God, I was going to be healthy and happy and able to do things that I hadn't done in years. But I was wrong. I was really, really wrong. About 2 weeks after my surgery, I started getting severe abdominal pain, and I was nauseous all the time, and we couldn't figure it out, and I couldn't keep anything down, and I couldn't even keep water down, and ended up, this continued for a year. I was in the ER 50 times, and on that 50th time, I had somebody have the audacity to actually point out that I had been in there 50 times, like I was faking this shit. Pardon my language, but I wasn't, and inpatient over 30 weeks. 6 of them being over in a care center where I met, well, you all know who, and ended up going out to Pennsylvania for reasons that are whatever, and ended up having to go to the hospital there, and they ended up doing an endoscopy and finding out that the band had ate away at half of my stomach and at a quarter of my liver, and it had slipped up, which is why I couldn't eat. I mean, I'll go more into detail about all these different things in different posts. I'm just kind of trying to give you guys an overview. After that drama, I got married in July of 2011, and things were great. We were happy. Everybody was doing well. Things were going on wonderfully. And then we moved to Arizona, and we moved to Bullhead City, and the place itself was, a good place. There's nothing wrong with it. But in September of 2012, I fell ill with pneumonia. And it was just a normal case of pneumonia from what we thought. But it turned out that it was a condition. It turned in, I had doctors ignore me. I had one doctor in particular ignore me 4 different times when my family took me in. And he wouldn't do another x-ray or CAT scan or x-ray, anything. Nothing. And so I ended up having a condition called ARDS. You know that brother I told you that's my best friend? Yeah, he saved my life. I love you, Brent. I always will. You're my hero. And he woke me up, or tried to wake me up, the night that, well, I probably would have died. I wasn't breathing, so they took me to the hospital and got intubated on the way back from CAT scan. And basically, now this is my life. I'm going to go more into detail on this, on the trach part of everything in my next video, because I do want this to just be kind of an overview. But, you know, tell me what you guys want to see, what you want to hear, any suggestions, comments, anything. As I learn to play around with this YouTube thing more, I'll get more out there. It'll be better, I promise. But I just want to say thank you to all of you that have stood by me, and all of you that have encouraged me and told me that, you know, I am strong, because I don't feel like it. Especially not today. I'm in a lot of pain. I had throat surgery yesterday. But I appreciate everybody that stood behind me and had my back in a time where I was not strong enough to have my own. I really appreciate everybody in my life so much. You guys are the world to me. And I gotta give it up to God. Because you know what? Without him, none of us would be here. Because me living through all this has been nothing short of a miracle. But I want you guys to know that I love you very much, and I mean that sincerely. I really do, everybody in my life. You guys are my world. But, you know, like I said, leave your comments. Please try, you know, I don't mind comments, just don't be a jerk about it, okay? Otherwise, tell me where you want me to go with this. Ask me questions, and I'll create little episodes on whatever you guys want to talk about. Alright, signing off. Peace.